Good morning. It is Monday, and it's been a few weeks since I've posted. I have some updates, and I'm going to go ahead and make my coffee, and I'll show you guys how I've been doing that lately, and then we're going to have a little chat. Got you guys propped up. Let me turn off, well, you might hear the water from the plant things, but I don't want to turn them off because then the light will get worse. I'll be right back. Okay, here's my mug of choice for the day. I've got my coffee in my French press that is ready to go. And I'm using a scoop of collagen. I don't do this every day, but I have been doing it like about every other day. It has about 9 grams of protein in it. So it just helps me get a little bit extra protein. I don't know if collagen does anything really other than that. I mean, obviously there's speculation that it does. But this is a really good brand I got off of Amazon. But yeah, it's supposed to be good for skin and stuff. Who knows? But we take it every once in a while anyway. I put it in my hot coffee because it melts really, really easily. And then I put cinnamon. I put cinnamon in my coffee like literally every morning lately. Put quite a bit in there. And then I pour my coffee over it and it will melt the collagen. So I'm just pouring it in. And then I leave probably about that much space in the cup for whatever protein shake I have. I prefer the vanilla in hot coffee. This flavor is great in iced coffee. This Owen, as you guys know, I've told you many, many a time, this is my favorite protein drink lately. So 32 grams of protein. I'm going to use about a fourth, probably about a third of the container or use it as creamer. I used this one yesterday. I'm using it today, and I probably have enough in there for one more cup of coffee. And then I'm just going to stir it. And that is how I've been taking my coffee in the morning. I also wanted to say this is 35 calories. Check your collagen for calories. A lot of people don't. So that's my coffee. So we're gonna sit and I'm gonna talk to you guys for a little while. So I think you guys can tell I'm in a very good mood. I've been really dying to talk to you guys, but I also just didn't want to come on here and like spill my guts without like getting all my thoughts together, which is why I've kind of been absent for the last 2 weeks. I've lost some weight. I don't know if you can tell or not. I feel like you can kind of tell on my face a little bit, like around my neck. I've lost almost 13 pounds in the last 2 weeks, which is a huge number for me. That is quite shocking, to be honest. It's been a little over 2 weeks. I'm losing anywhere from half a pound to almost a pound a day. And I've talked to my doctor because that was pretty shocking to me. And I didn't know if that was like, okay. But they assured me I'm all right. I've gone over everything I'm eating with them. I just like jump-started, I guess, a new diet. It's not really new, but it's a little bit more strict, a little bit more different than what I've done in the past. I was on Weight Watchers and I've calorie counted. And I want to start at the beginning. So, as you guys know, I've lost about 80 pounds since March of this year. I want to share like everything I've done the last 2.5 weeks because it's been really changing for me. I feel really, really good and I'm just excited. But I wanted to make sure that I was committed to it before I shared everything, and because I know a lot of you will have questions. I feel in like a really good place right now to be able to share all of this. And as you guys know, I change my mind often. I flop around often. I like to try new things. So this is in no way something that I'm 100% committed to, but it's something I'm enjoying right now. And it's not some wild and crazy diet or anything. I just made some specific changes and I've committed to certain things. But I want to start at the beginning. As you guys know, I've lost about 80 pounds. If you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Erin. I've lost 80 pounds in the last 2.5 years. But the last year has been a struggle. I slowed way down. Probably about the last 8 months, I slowed way down. And since March, actually, I gained weight. I gained almost 20 pounds since March. That was really hard for me. I've been in a very weird headspace since then. And it's been a bit of a struggle to try to get myself out of there. I've had to kind of confront things in my mind and with my mental health and stuff. I also had to learn to be a little bit kinder to myself because I was taking it really, really hard and I was being really harsh with myself. But without going into too much detail about that, I put on about 20 pounds since March, since I visited my sister Dana. I don't share my weight often. I am 5'10", and I currently weigh 248 pounds, exactly, 248.0. When I went to visit my sister Dana, I was at my lowest. I was 239. My heaviest was 319 pounds. That's kind of shocking to say still. I've come a long way, and I do need to learn to be kinder to myself because I have accomplished a lot. But when I went to visit my sister Dana in March, I was 239.0. That was the lowest I've ever been. I think I even got under. I would think I was 238 point something. But at 239, I'd lost 80 pounds. And everything was fine. I enjoyed my vacation. I've done that before and been able to come back and get back on track and everything. But for some reason this time I just couldn't do that. And it kept spiraling since March, and I put 20 pounds on rather quickly, shockingly. It scared me to realize how quickly I could regain that weight. So about 3 weeks ago, I had gotten all the way up to 260 pounds. And I was not in a good place. I was very sad. Some of it was seasonal depression for sure. Just being kind of cooped up in the house and it being cold out. And I think I had a lot of fun when it was snowing early on in the season. You have Christmas going on, you have New Year's. But when it got to March, it was still not fun outside. It was still very cold up here in Maine. Things didn't start to warm up until mid-May. And I was struggling with it. I did try to go on a couple hikes with Tucker, and I wasn't finding any joy in any of that. And yeah, I'm being very dramatic right now, but I put on 20 pounds. So I was for sure struggling. And I tried different things. I was back on Weight Watchers, and I found myself calorie counting more and more. Because one thing with Weight Watchers has done a lot for me. I'm never going to bash Weight Watchers. It works for so many people. I lost the majority of my weight in the beginning of my journey on Weight Watchers because it helped educate me on, the foods I was eating. And yeah, it was a huge tool. But I always stalled out. And so I ended up switching to kind of calorie counting for a while, eating in a calorie deficit, which had worked. And then I would slow down on that and just kind of more of a boredom issue. I would get bored and I would have a hard time concentrating and devoting myself to something. And so I would switch it. I would go back from calorie counting to Weight Watchers often. I would often switch. Currently, or in March until I made my recent change, I was on Weight Watchers again. There's a chance that I'll go back to Weight Watchers in the future, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, I lost most of my weight on Weight Watchers. I was struggling. I was doing my points, but I found myself calorie counting because one of my biggest issues when I was on Weight Watchers was 0 point foods. I tend to overeat them. Mostly the fruit. Fruit has a lot of sugar in it, and I would eat too much fruit, or I would eat too much 0 point proteins. So I found myself over the last probably month-ish calorie counting and tracking my points on Weight Watchers because I just wanted to see what things I had started overeating again. And then I got in this huge habit of just calorie counting everything. And And I started to notice a little bit of a difference again. And this is where I realized I'm just kind of bored of Weight Watchers, using the 0 Point Foods as a crutch. And so it was time for me to move on. So I was starting to calorie count only and not tracking my Weight Watchers points. And then I was talking to my husband. He is not overweight, but he does struggle with his diet and how it's like affecting his body. He's 40 years old. And like we've had a lot of talks about like health and stuff recently. And so he's made a couple of changes, and it's just those conversations made me want to try my own changes. And I found myself on social media a lot looking at recipes. And so what I did do is I started cutting out a lot of processed sugar, and I started to feel good, and that made a difference. And then just doing more research, there wasn't like a ton of thought into this, and I don't want to think like I don't want anyone to think like I went into like a super plan. But over the last 2.5 weeks, I started to change little bits of things. The first one was processed sugar. The second one was reducing the amount of sugar in general. I stick to 1 serving of fruit a day, which seems very dramatic, but for someone like me who overeats that type of food, it really, really helped me. And so I have my serving of fruit in the morning. I look forward to it. It's a treat. And because I've cut out so many processed sugars and added sugars and stuff, that fruit tastes so good. I've been obsessed with strawberries lately. And so I was doing that. I was reducing processed foods in general, and then sugars. And then I decided to cut carbs. And this was after doing a little bit of research. I think my problem is that I love bread so much. I love carbs in general. I love sweet potatoes. I love sourdough bread. I mean, you guys see me eat that stuff all the time on the channel. And I was in a little bit of a denial. I was definitely eating too much of those things. So I cut them out. I have not had sourdough bread in a very long time. In the 2.5 weeks that I've been doing this, and it took a little bit of adjusting to get used to that, because I think I was emotionally eating sourdough bread, if that makes any sense. But I started to lose weight, but I was hungry, because you can't make changes like that and your body not just kind of fight back. And so again, doing some more research and just trying new things, I increased my healthy fats, decreased my carbs, and increase my protein. So I would consider myself currently on a low carb, high protein, mid to high fat diet. I mean, I don't think there's a word for that. Reducing all processed foods. I have like my condiments, and I'll have like an energy drink here and there, but like for the most part, it is hugely different. And I have currently lost 12 pounds. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm feeling really, really good. I just wanted to share like all of that information, because you guys, a lot of you are trying what I'm trying, and you tune in. I just didn't want, I'm still a little over the place, but I didn't want to be all over the place before I shared like what I eat in a day or something, which is why I haven't posted anything in over 2 weeks. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to say, I'm not super strict on this, but I do try to do this. I've also been eating, what is the word? Fasting? There's a word.
Rory's opening the pool, so I'm gonna go in it with them, okay?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Love you too.
I thought you were over there.
Intermittent fasting. That's what I was looking for. I stop eating around 9 o'clock, and I don't eat before probably about 10 now in the morning. There's been a couple mornings I've woken up early and I've had my coffee or whatever, but for the most part, I do try to stick with that. Things are good right now. Things are feeling good. I don't know if I can stick to this long term. I don't feel deprived right now, which is like the biggest takeaway there, because it sounds extreme what I'm doing, but I found meals that really work for me. I'm not hungry. I am not missing really anything. I really thought I was going to miss sourdough bread, but I don't. And I do have times that we eat out. We ate out last weekend, and it was like how it used to be for me, where I can enjoy a meal out with my family and get right back on track. That's how throughout my whole journey, I've been able to do that for the most part, other than probably about this year. This year that started to change for me, where I would go out and then I would struggle to get back on track. So it was good to be able to go out last weekend, eat with Carl and Tucker, and get right back on track again. Because that is the goal, is to be able to enjoy food without this feeling like I'm trapped in a cage, because I don't want that. I've never wanted that for myself. I want to not always be hyper-focused and paranoid about every little thing I put in my mouth. I want to live good and then have fun times. And that seems to be what I've been doing the last 2.5 weeks. So that's been really great. And it's been really motivating. And I just have like a crap ton of energy. It's been life-changing in that way. So yeah, I've also been walking. I still walk. I haven't been going to the gym, full disclosure, but I have been walking. I do want to get back to the gym, but I'm also just not pushing myself with that right now. I'm going to go ahead and film on what I eat in a day today, I think. But I'll share with you guys like what I've been basically eating. Because also part of that is I'm still calorie counting. The other part of that. Not to the point where it is all I think about. I try to stick around 1,800 calories a day. If I go over, I don't beat myself up about it, because the meals that I'm making, I know what are in them, and the things I'm using to make them, I know what is in them. So also, like, just knowledge is power. Like, I know fruit can be low in calories but high in carbs, and I know starchy vegetables are high in carbs, and I know certain green vegetables you can have a ton of and they'd be really low in calories. So just like knowing those things, knowing that lean protein is the way to go, knowing that healthy fats can help you feel fuller longer, it just helps me build my meals without obsessing about the calories. But if I do what I eat in a day, I will definitely share exactly the calorie count for you guys. I also didn't give up ice cream or popsicles. I have my like no sugar added fudge pops. They're processed, but I just have them like once a night. And every once in a while I'll put some sugar-free syrup in a cup of tea, just like a little bit, probably like half a teaspoon, or a teaspoon. Yeah. So I didn't change everything, but I did kind of just like get more control. I took more control over my life over the last 2.5 weeks. And obviously my protein drinks are processed. If I don't want that, I'll use half and half. It's not my favorite though. I prefer a protein drink in my coffee. So that's what I've been doing. I basically eat eggs and my strawberries, or eggs and blueberries in the morning. Sometimes I'll have a little bit of avocado on the side, depending on what I'm planning. Planning is huge. I've also been planning my meals for the day, which has just definitely set me up for success. That has been like a huge change. I can't believe I forgot to mention that. Yeah, planning definitely changed the game for me. When I'm sitting here, typically when I'm having my coffee, I am like planning what my meals are, and I put them in my little notes app on my phone. So for instance, today, I'm going to have my eggs and I'm going to have my strawberries, and then, I'm actually waiting for them to be delivered because, side note, my check engine light came on and we can't get it into the shop until the 15th of July. Because we're going out of town, and so my husband doesn't want me driving it. It's just a sensor thing, but it should be covered under our warranty, so he doesn't want to fix it, because Carl could fix it if he wanted to. He wants to wait and see if they'll cover it. I mean, it's car speak, but like, it's like the oxygen sensors, but it could be the carburetor. I don't know. I just let him handle that stuff, so we made an appointment. It's not until the 15th. but he doesn't want me driving it right now. And typically he would ride the electric bike to work and then leave the truck for me, but I forgot to ask him to do that. So I don't have eggs, and I need a couple other things for the day. So I'm having them delivered, which is good because I'm not ready to eat yet. But anyway, off track. I'm gonna have eggs and strawberries for breakfast, and then I'm going to have probably a salmon salad for lunch. Lately I've been doing like salmon and cucumber and celery and lettuce and avocado, and then I do like a peanut butter sauce, a protein peanut butter sauce on top. This is where I'm not super picky about the processed stuff. There's only so much you can do to eliminate processed foods, and condiments are difficult. But I use like soy sauce and rice vinegar and sriracha, which is processed, and with sriracha that has like a lot of stuff in it, and my PB2, and that kind of makes like this peanut butter sauce. It's so good. Or if I'm not making it in a salad, I'll roll it all up in a spring roll and eat it that way. That's good too. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, but either in a salad or in a spring roll is going to be lunch. And then for dinner, I want Alfredo. So I've got some palmini pasta coming, which is kind of like the skinny pasta. I think they make it with Palma hearts. It's like 20 calories. And then Alfredo sauce, and I might do ground turkey, which probably seems weird to some people, but for me, I just like that in pasta, or we'll do chicken. Yeah, that is the plan for the meals today. I don't know if I'm doing a what I eat in a day today or tomorrow. That's just give you the next video you guys see, and just keeping you guys updated on the weight loss and how that's going. But yeah, I think with the sun coming out and the days warming up, my seasonal depression has definitely lifted, and I'm able to focus a little more and having like a new plan to focus on, and one that's working without it being difficult, without it being, sort of this task that I dread. The foods are easy to eat. They're fun to eat. They're easy to make. Walking's fun now that it's so nice out. Things are looking good. So we'll see how long it lasts, because this is a journey and everybody has ups and downs. But I do want to share all of that with you guys and say thank you for being here. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. I will have a what I eat in a day for you this week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.